Hi everyone, my name is Sophie Wood and I am with the University of Illinois Sigma Alpha Ag in the Classroom. Today we're going to talk about hay alfalfa production. So hay is essentially different forms of grasses that are cut and then dried into a then product that is sold. It's commonly fed to horses and other livestock, but hay is also fed to other smaller animals such as rabbits and other rodents, as you might see at the pet store. So you have hay that's actually produced to be then sold within a store, and then hay used in livestock production that's not actually put on a shelf anywhere, but is still used within the ag industry. So, starting off with hay production, hay is only planted, it depends, 3 to 5 years where you live, what the rainfall is like, what kind of year that you've had, uh, along with weather patterns. And then once that hay hits maturity that it can be cut, it is cut and then it has to dry out because you can't put hay away when it has it can't have more than about 15% moisture because that's when hay can mold and cause other issues. But most commonly molding, you don't want the hay to mold. But so once the hay is cut, then it's usually raked again so then it can continue to dry out. And then once the hay is cut with a mower conditioner and then raked, it can be baled. So there's a lot of different kinds of bales and sizes. Most commonly is either a round bale or just a typical square bale. It depends on a lot of different areas, what they use, what's easiest for transportation, and what's most convenient for whoever is needing that hay. And then the content of the hay ranges very widely. Some hay that's cut is purely grass. People don't plant a single thing, and they're really just cutting the grass that's naturally grown in the area. Other places they plant different levels of alfalfa, so they could have a higher percentage of alfalfa in their hay compared to grass, or lower. It really all depends. For smaller animals, there's usually a higher alfalfa production. For horses, it's a bit lower. And then typically, cattle and other livestock are just fed grasses that are grown naturally that are cut for hay. And then once that hay is cut, it's typically put on a hay rack and then transported to wherever needed. And then to get stored hay, you have to be very careful when storing hay because it again can't be too moist, or you could have issues of molding. It can overheat, and there's chances of fires starting. So it can also be very dangerous as well. But to store that hay, a lot of people also use elevators then because hay is stored in elevated surfaces most commonly. And so there's these things called elevators that move in a rotational pattern and slant upwards towards wherever the hay needs to be stored. And it can carry those square bales. It's usually square bales that get put up higher to where they need to be. And then round bales you'll commonly see stored outdoors. Some people don't cover them at all, but other people, if you see the plastic wrapping around them, that's what's used to keep those round bales protected from the elements outside and getting wet, and just if any of that happens, they can be then ruined. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope you learned a little bit about hay and alfalfa production.